Jacob Fatu just dropped a bombshell announcement that changes everything for Cody Rhodes and the entire WWE landscape. This is not what anyone expected. What is going on, Suplex Rumble family? Welcome back to your home for the most in-depth wrestling analysis, the hottest takes, and the breaking news that has the entire WWE universe buzzing. If this is your first time here, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button right now because we're about to break down one of the most explosive developments to hit Smackdown in recent memory. And for my day one subscribers, you already know we don't just report the news, we dissect it, analyze it, and explore every angle. Friday Night Smackdown just delivered a moment that has social media in absolute chaos. Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf himself, not only played a pivotal role in costing Cody Rhodes a massive victory, but he followed it up with an announcement that has everyone talking. We're talking about championship implications, family legacy, and a declaration that could reshape the entire main event scene. So grab your snacks, get comfortable, and let's dive deep into what just became one of the most talked about moments of the year. This is huge, people. Before we get to the earth-shattering announcement, we need to talk about what happened on SmackDown that set everything in motion. Because context is everything in professional wrestling, and this story has layers upon layers. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, was in the middle of what should have been a routine, albeit competitive match. The championship scene has been heating up, tensions have been building, and Cody was positioned to make a statement. The crowd was electric, rallying behind their champion, chanting his name, feeling that energy that only Cody Rhodes can generate in an arena. The match was back and forth, showcasing exactly why Cody Rhodes is one of the absolute best in-ring performers in the world today. Technical excellence, high-impact offense, that natural babyface fire that makes you believe in every comeback, every near fall, every moment of drama. And then it happened. Jacob Fatu's music hits. The atmosphere shifts immediately. The crowd erupts because they know what this means. The Samoan werewolf makes his presence felt, and suddenly everything changes. The distraction, the interference, the calculated assault on everything Cody was building toward in that match. Now, let's be clear about something. Jacob Fatu didn't just randomly show up. This wasn't some spontaneous decision. This was calculated. This was purposeful. The way he carried himself, the timing of his involvement, everything about it screamed premeditation. This was a message being sent, and Cody Rhodes was the recipient. The match outcome? Cody comes up short. Not because he wasn't good enough. Not because he got outworked. But because Jacob Fatu made a choice to insert himself into Cody's business. And in professional wrestling, those choices have consequences. They create rivalries, they build heat, and they set the stage for epic confrontations down the line. The WWE Universe watching at home and in that arena knew immediately, this is personal now. Now here's where things go from shocking to absolutely nuclear. Because what happened during SmackDown was just the setup. What came after is what has everyone losing their minds. Following the show, through WWE's official platforms and social media channels, Jacob Fatu stepped in front of the cameras to address the WWE Universe directly. No backing down. No hiding. Full ownership of his actions and a declaration that changes the entire trajectory of multiple storylines. Jacob Fatu announced his intentions, and let me tell you, this man did not come to play games. He addressed why he interfered in Cody's match. He talked about legacy, about family, about proving himself on the absolute biggest stage in professional wrestling. But more importantly, he made it clear that this was just the beginning. The Samoan werewolf called out Cody Rhodes by name. He acknowledged what Cody has accomplished, but he also made it crystal clear that respect doesn't equal fear. He talked about how Cody has held championship gold, main event WrestleMania, finished his story, but Jacob's story? His story is just getting started. Here's what makes this announcement so significant. Jacob Fatu declared his intention to challenge for championship gold. Not eventually. Not somewhere down the line. Now. He's putting the entire roster on notice that he's not content being a supporting player in anyone else's narrative. He's writing his own story, and that story includes climbing to the very top of WWE. But the announcement went even deeper. Jacob addressed the bloodline legacy, his family's storied history in professional wrestling, and his determination to add his own chapter to that incredible dynasty. He talked about what it means to carry the Anoa'i name, the weight of expectation, and his readiness to prove he belongs in the conversation with the all-time greats. And then came the challenge. Direct, unambiguous, and impossible to ignore. Jacob Fatu called for a match with Cody Rhodes. Not just any match, a match with stakes, championship implications, legacy-defining moments. The kind of bout that could catapult him into the upper echelon of WWE's main event scene. The delivery? Absolutely perfect. Jacob spoke with the confidence of someone who knows exactly what he brings to the table. No arrogance for arrogance's sake. Just cold, hard conviction. The look in his eyes told you everything. This man is serious, and he's coming for everything. Alright, Suplex Rumble family, let's break down what this announcement means for the WWE landscape because this has ripple effects everywhere. First and foremost, we now have a red-hot rivalry brewing between Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes. These are two of the most talented performers in WWE today, and the contrast in styles, in presentation, in their entire approach creates magic. Cody, the ultimate babyface, the wrestler who finished his story and represents perseverance and redemption. Jacob, the intense, powerful force of nature who represents the next generation of his legendary family. This is classic storytelling with modern execution. The in-ring potential here is insane. Jacob Fatu is an absolute specimen. The athleticism for a man his size is genuinely unbelievable. We're talking about moonsaults, suicide dives, power moves that would make veteran wrestlers jealous. Combined with Cody's technical excellence, storytelling ability, and crowd connection, these two could deliver an instant classic at any premium live event. Second implication, the Bloodline saga continues to evolve in fascinating ways. We've been following this family's story for years now, and just when you think you know where it's going, someone like Jacob Fatu steps up and adds a whole new dimension. How does this fit into the larger Bloodline narrative? Is Jacob operating independently or is this part of a bigger family strategy? These questions create investment, speculation, and that beautiful uncertainty that makes wrestling must-see television. Third, the championship picture just got exponentially more interesting. If Jacob Fatu is declaring his intentions to challenge for gold, that means we have another legitimate main event player in the mix. This creates fresh matchups, new dynamics, and opportunities for storytelling that we haven't explored yet. WWE's creative team just got handed a gift in terms of booking possibilities. Fourth, and this is crucial for the overall product, this elevates everyone involved. Cody gets a motivated, dangerous challenger who can push him to new levels. Jacob gets the platform to showcase why he's one of the most exciting talents in wrestling today. The mid-card and upper mid-card talent get clarity on where they stand. Competition breeds excellence, and Jacob throwing down this challenge raises the stakes for everybody. Let's also talk about what this means for the fans. We are the winners here. We get to watch this rivalry unfold. We get to see these incredible athletes push each other to deliver unforgettable moments. We get investment in storylines that feel important, that feel real, that make us actually care about the outcomes. Now, the million-dollar question, how does Cody Rhodes respond to all of this? Because the ball is firmly in the American Nightmare's court, and his response will set the tone for everything that follows. Knowing Cody's character, knowing his history, we can make some educated predictions. Cody Rhodes doesn't back down from anyone. He's faced legends, he's overcome insurmountable odds, he's finished stories that people said couldn't be finished. A challenge from Jacob Fatu, no matter how intense, isn't going to make Cody run for the hills. I expect Cody to acknowledge the challenge head-on. No dancing around it. No corporate speak. Just Cody being Cody, honest, passionate, and ready to defend his position at the top of the mountain. He'll probably acknowledge Jacob's talent, because Cody has always been generous in recognizing the abilities of his opponents. But acknowledgement doesn't mean acceptance of disrespect. Cody will likely address the interference that cost him his match. He'll make it clear that if Jacob wants his attention, he's got it. But there are right ways and wrong ways to earn opportunities, and jumping someone from behind typically isn't how championship matches get made. Unless, of course, you make it so undeniable that WWE has no choice but to book the match. Here's what I'm most excited about, the promo battles. Can we just take a moment to appreciate that we're about to get Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes trading verbal barbs? Both men are excellent on the microphone in completely different ways. Cody with his emotional, passionate delivery that makes you feel every word. Jacob with his intense, focused presence that makes every statement feel like a threat. These back-and-forth segments are going to be must-watch television. There's also the possibility that Cody uses this as an opportunity to make a statement about what being a champion means. It's not just about holding gold. It's about accepting all challenges, proving yourself night after night, and showing why you're at the top of the card. If Jacob wants a shot, Cody might just give it to him on Cody's terms, at a time of Cody's choosing, with stipulations that ensure we get the most epic encounter possible. Okay, Suplex Rumble family, let's have some fun here. Let's talk about what a Jacob Fatu vs Cody Rhodes match could actually look like, and when WWE might pull the trigger on this blockbuster confrontation. Timing-wise, I think we're looking at a premium live event showcase. This isn't a throwaway Smackdown match. This is the kind of bout you build to. Give it 6 to 8 weeks of storyline development. Let the tension escalate. Have near confrontations. Build the anticipation until the WWE Universe is begging to see these two finally lock up one-on-one. In terms of the match itself, we're talking about a potential show stealer. The contrast in styles creates natural drama. Jacob's power and surprising agility against Cody's technical prowess and veteran instincts. I'm envisioning multiple near falls that have the crowd on the edge of their seats. I'm seeing high-impact moments that make you jump out of your chair. Jacob could showcase some of those incredible athletic feats he's known for, maybe a moonsault that draws a huge reaction, maybe a suicide dive that demonstrates his fearlessness. Cody would counter with his signature offense, the technical wrestling, the disaster kick, building toward that crossroads moment that the crowd waits for with bated breath. The finish? That's the tricky part. Does Cody retain to prove he's still the top guy? Does Jacob pull off the upset to immediately skyrocket into the main event scene? Is there interference that sets up an even bigger